Hey, wise. Happy Self-Care Tuesday. I'm getting my days mixed up now, y'all. Listen, y'all know I'm whispering because I'm home with the misters. I'm not in my normal spot. But I felt that I needed to come on. I wanted to ask this question. Which side of help you need, wife? Okay? I want to just talk just a little bit, not much. And I'm just curious to know which side of help you need. Okay? Do you need help in the mental area? Do you need help in the emotional area? Do you need help in the spiritual area? Which side of help you need? Okay, what side of help you need? Because I do not think people really, truly understand that domestic violence is real. Okay, listen, I can come talk about domestic violence because I was that fool once upon a time. Okay, I was that fool once upon a time, so I can talk about that. So I really want to know which side of help do you need help with, wife? Domestic violence is real. And back in the day, they would send the police car out. The polices would come, have a chat with you, maybe separate you, or they may take you to jail. Nowadays, people just shooting up people, killing people, putting their hands on people. Like people around here dying, okay, in real life concerning this matter. And so, as a mental health wife coach, one of the things I try to help wives to do is process through some of that toxicness that may be taking place in their marriage. Yeah. Like we gotta talk about this. Like for real, like I think people around here just like really thinking like this don't happen. Now I am one who don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. If I don't catch it or see it on the gram, I'm not really, a news type of person. But I was scrolling today, okay? I was scrolling today and two things caught my attention. Of course, the situation with the young man. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Listen, man, my heart goes out to his family. I'm not really a rapper fan type of person like that, but I remember that song. And when I hear stuff like that, the first thing comes to mind, especially when you see young black men dying at this young age, I always go to, I have sons. I have brothers, that's the thing that hits me first. And it was this time last year where I lost a cousin over some toxicness, foolishness, okay? I lost a cousin, family relative, this time last year around the same time, actually around the same time. And, he was pretty much stabbed to death. He was stabbed to death. And guess what it was over? You right. It was over some foolery, dealing with a woman in relationships, all this kind of craziness. So, when I hear stories like this and these types of things come up, I'm like, people got to understand this stuff is real. This stuff is real. And then I was scrolling through, I can't think of the man's name, but I came on his page and he was talking about how a woman killed her boyfriend over a microwave issue. No, we gotta talk about this. Say what? She killed the man over a situation concerning the microwave. Which side of help you need? Which side of help you need? Because this is time. This is people got to get real serious about they mental, about they emotional. They got to get real serious about this type of stuff. This stuff is serious. And so many people think if I can just sweep it up underneath the rug, if I can just push it to the side, it ain't gonna do nothing. But you don't know that rage, that anger, that frustration, that bitterness, all that stuff just sitting there and you ain't doing nothing with it. Come on now. Which side of help you need, wife? Which side of help you need? I don't need nobody. The holidays is coming up. Y'all know I always try to do my little holiday announcement for y'all. Okay, I don't need nobody over the holidays going to visit their husbands at the other woman's house. I don't need nobody taking out bats, busting out windows, flattening tires. We don't need this kind of foolery. All right. People don't went mad. People have gone mad. And it's like, that didn't just happen. All right. They said they shot that man 57 times. 57 times? Huh? That was very personal. That was rage. That was very, very personal. And so there are some sick people, okay? There are some sick people who really need to address their mental issue, who really need a therapist, who really need a psychologist. There are some people like that. But then there are some demonic people with some demonic activities that's taking place, and people got to be aware of this stuff. Listen, like I said, I have sons, and I know Coach T is a witness. I wasn't always perfect, okay? I ain't perfect now. But I know I was real crazy back in those days, but I ain't put out no gun on nobody. I probably put out something else, but it was no gun, okay? And so, but I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that God got a hold of me and brought me back to my senses, because I could have been one of those people out here either doing time or 6 feet under over some reckless foolishness, okay? Over some reckless foolishness. One of the reasons why I do not coach couples as far as I only coach married couples that I married. I only coach couples that I actually married. One of the reasons why I don't coach couples is because I don't want to get all entangled in that kind of stuff, because that's some really heavy duty stuff. And so what I try to do is grab that wife, try to be big sister, try to be auntie, try to be cousin, try to be friend. Come on, let's talk this out. Let's process through this, man. Let's navigate through this. What would make you put your hands on that man? What would make you put your hands on that man to the point of death? To the point of death. Wives, you have to understand, if you don't address your toxic situation in your marriage, and you let that stuff just sit there and you don't do anything with it, that stuff, not only could it lead to domestic violence, it can lead to your health declining, it can lead to all kind of other critical things taking place in your life. Which side of help you need? Which side of help you need? Which side of help you need, wife? All right? Because crazy is taking over. Crazy is taking over. And one of the things that the man said, that's his name, Charmaine. One of the things he said was, people have to recognize and realize it's not about, fix the toxic situation in the marriage, so to speak, or fix the toxic situation in the relationship. People got to recognize and realize, like, I have a problem. There's something going on with me, and I need to process through this. I need to go talk to somebody about this. I need to see about myself. I need to go check in on me. One of the issues I seen growing up, I seen a lot of violence in my household growing up as a child. So as a child sees a child's copy, you have to be real careful what you do in front of your kids. And so seeing that growing up, I thought that was the normal way of handling disagreements or situations, or negative situations or unpleasant situations. I thought that was the way. Okay, we're gonna handle this. We can do this one of two ways. We can do this one of two ways. All right. And I carried that from a bad relationship that I was in for 6 years. Very, 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 very violent, very, very domestic. Did that for 6 years. Very toxic, very toxic. And then I tried to bring that into my marriage, and my husband quickly showed me that he was just as crazy as me. So when he showed me that, it was like, oh, I'm cool. You know, I kind of like my freedom. I don't really like being behind those bars. I like my freedom. And so mine was a bad mindset. I had a negative mindset, and that's what I grew up seeing. And so I had to do my own personal work in that area and come to come to realization, like, this ain't how you handle it. You can't handle your anger with putting your hands on somebody. You have to find another way to deal with your anger. I think that was words of my husband. He said, you got to find another way to handle negative situations. And so that was something that I had to deal with. I had to dig down deep and deal with. And too many people are trying to avoid that down deep area, but it's that down deep area that needs to come up. Because if you don't deal with it, it's going to come up and come out some other kind of way, whether through domestic violence, whether through somebody being 6 feet under, whether your health getting all messed up and all out of control, or you can live your life. I couldn't imagine living my life, the rest of your life, being in that type of mindset, being in that type of setting. I ain't judging nobody. But what I am saying is, what side of help do you need, wife? Which side do you need to address? What is it that you need to deal with? What is it that you need to correct? What is it that you know what? I can cut a person down with my tongue. I can say some words and cut them down with my tongue. What side of help do you need? Because if you do not deal with that toxic situation in that toxic relationship, it is going to come out some way or the other. It is going to manifest in some other way. Whether it be your health, whether it be through a domestic violence situation, whether it be through someone at work getting it, somebody, a family member getting it. Deal with it. Deal with that stuff. Deal with that stuff that's eating at you on the inside. Deal with that anger. Deal with that hate. Deal with that rage. Deal with that frustration. Deal with that hurt. Deal with that pain. Like, you gotta deal with that. And I think I heard Pastor Darius say recently about how people always say, well, just pray about it. Just pray about it. And it's like, yes, you do. You do need to pray about certain things, but there are some things that you need to walk through as well. You need somebody to help you walk through this process. You need to know where this anger is coming from. You need to regurgitate some of that stuff so you can let it out, so you can be able to move on and walk in freedom. Okay? Bitterness don't look good on nobody, all right? Anger don't look good on nobody. And when somebody shoots somebody 57 times, that's a concern. That's a concern. Last thing, and I'm gonna let you go. Okay? Last thing, I'm gonna let you go. I'm real cool with my sons, my son's significant others. I'm real cool with them for the most part, most days, I'm real cool. I have no problem. But these people out here got sons. This is somebody's son. This is someone's son. My cousin was a son. And if you have ever went to a young person's funeral, a person 20 in their early 20s or younger, if you have ever been to a funeral like that and someone has lost their life due to something toxic that has happened, let me tell you something. Baby, that ain't no place you want to be. That ain't no place you want to be. You can't even begin to explain or try to make that parent understand. Okay, you can't even begin to do that. So it's like, stop being reckless out here and get you some help. Stop doing this stuff in your own strength. Stop thinking, am I right? I'm good. I've been praying. I've been reading my Bible. Okay, good. Now go talk to somebody. Am I right? I'm good. I've been in the Word, and I've been, watching some YouTube videos. Okay, but have you talked to somebody? Your spirit may be okay, but is your soul okay? Come on, Jesus. Your spirit may be all right, but is your soul okay? Is there something in there aching? Is there something on the inside? As a mother who have Black sons, and I'm not saying that in a racist, I'm not saying that in a way of being racist, but what I am saying is, Too many of our Black young boys are dying over some foolery. A lot of times in relationships, people are losing their lives over foolishness. And it's because people are not willing to deal with what is on the inside of them. They're not willing to deal with that hurt, that pain, that uncomfortable feeling. They're not willing to deal with that. So another person has to suffer. Another person suffers at you not dealing with your stuff. You have another person is no different than a person who's married to an addict, or in a relationship with a person that's dealing with addiction. Because you're not willing to deal with your junk, that person or your family members or the ones who are around you or the ones who are close to you, they have to suffer through that with you. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. And so what has to happen at this point is we have to make a decision to do something about it. All right? Do something about your junk. Which side of help you need. I want to encourage you guys, this is the time and the hour in the season, and we are going into the holiday season. And listen, things are changing. Things are changing. Get some help. Don't be sitting there suffering in silence, letting the holiday season go by, and you sitting there and you go out there and do something stupid, or you go out there and do something crazy that you'll regret for the rest of your life. I'm so glad God's grace was upon my life. I'm so glad I had family members to talk me down. I'm so glad I had support around me. I'm so glad that I had a support team that can say, no, Tanika, don't do that. Don't go there. Go back. Don't do this. Don't do that. I'm so glad somebody called me down. I'm so glad somebody called me out on my stuff. Listen, let somebody call you out on your stuff so you can get the necessary help you need. It is imperative. It is imperative. So I am offering sessions just for that. Just for that. It's called Her Marriage Grief. Her Marriage Grief. For the wives who need to really transition through some of this stuff and get some of that gunk out. 57 times. 57 times this man was shot. Don't call me. What can you say to that boy's mom? Don't call me and tell me that about my child. Who can receive that type of information and be okay with that? Listen, get some help, y'all. Wives, keep your hands to yourself. Leave them husbands alone. Let them be. Leave them husbands alone and let them be. All right. I want to encourage you to sign up for your grief consultation. If you need to get some stuff out, sign up today at www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. All right. Y'all have a good evening. Blessings.